Hi, I'm the host of the STO Smokers Lounge. I'm here to tell you about Anchor, the perfect app that you can use right now to start your own podcast network. You can broadcast right now. All you got to do is download the app, whether you have a phone, iPad, or even a laptop or desktop. You can right now download Anchor or go to Anchor FM right now and start recording and have your stuff broadcasted over multiple platforms such as Spotify. So go to Anchor today and start your podcast career like I have. Because trust me, I love me some Anchor.
What's going on, people? How y'all doing? It's been a long night, long day. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. This is a special episode that I'm dropping. I'm gonna drop it sometime this week. And first off, I'm not gonna do the normal stick of me starting because this is a somber episode. And rest in peace, take off on the Migos. Um, damn, it's another rapper dead, another rapper gone. Um, I didn't want to do a video until I knew everything. I wanted to wait a couple of days, but the beauty about YouTube and YouTubers, given a curse, but more of a gift, is that they somehow run across truths. And trust me, I done heard every fucking thing from the occult, sacrifice. I love Storm Monroe, but damn, man, you kill me with that shit. Not everything a fucking occult or sacrifice. Not every death has something to do with fucking Hollywood. And of course, everybody gonna sit here and I heard that Cuervo was kind of blamed. The original story was it was over a dice game, and Cuervo was getting broke off, and he felt some type of way. Argument ensued, and we know what happened. Well, interesting. I was watching Storm Monroe, and I had to send a shout out to the Storm Chasers because they get to it. A young lady who wanted to remain nameless basically said that what we think happened didn't exactly happen. For what she was explaining contradicts what came out about the dice game. Now, what I'm about to say still holds true, whether one is true or the other one is true. So understand, I'm covering both sides of this, right? Basically, what happened was she said it was a beef that started actually in Fifth Ward. They were caught in the middle of hood beef. She said that the only people that had guns on them was Jay Prince's people. Everybody else was frisked and couldn't bring in a weapon, which kind of makes sense, okay? Because Jay Prince, it was his birthday party. So, of course, he was going to have his people have weapons to cover his ass. Because his dad, let's just keep it 100, is a hood. He's a thug. We love Jay Prince. We know he was with Rap a lot, but he's a thug. Gangster. And Jazz being his son, of course, is going to be a target for many of his beefs. And Jazz might have his own beefs as well. Because sometimes father likes son. Sometimes the son takes after the father. And she said that they were the only one that had guns. They were saying, when people were saying that Cuervo didn't seem like he was too shook enough, she's like, did they mention that he passed out? They had to help him to the car. Or what have you. But first of all, it's sad when I hear a young man at the age of 28 loses his life. senselessly. He's 28. I have the blessing of making it to 47, and I can sit here and say I have not buried any of my friends, my close friends, not even family in my age bracket yet. And I hope that stays that way for a very long time. I know Cuervo is shook up because he was there. He witnessed the shooting. He saw Takeoff life drained from his body. I know that's a hard pill to deal with. We probably will not hear from Quavo for a long time. I also feel for Offset, who was at beef with these two men and at odds. Now he can't make amends. They can't make up. They can't kiss and make up because he's gone. Now I hope that this brings both of them together because I understand they're family. All of them was family. It was a family affair. This was the hip hop version of the Jacksons. They had Cuervo, who was the uncle, Takeoff, which was the nephew, and their cousin was Offset. And it got ugly between them. Like my grandma used to say, teeth and gum sometimes fall out, meaning that sometimes family does fall out. But we are family and we somehow make it up. I'm pretty sure if there's a big mama around, she will be at the funeral telling these two boys whatever issues y'all got, y'all need to put it to the side, love each other and make up because life is too short. Obviously, in the case of Takeoff, it was. I always heard that Takeoff is the best rapper out of the bunch. Quavo and Offset always took the attention away from him. I knew Takeoff was the better rapper. I heard that in I heard his voice, his verse on Motorsport, and then Straightening. My God, he murdered the beat on Straightening, one of my favorite songs they had done. And the remake of Papa Was Rolling Stone, the beat they made off of that. I hate seeing young men leave this earth too soon. There's no telling what he could have done and what he could have achieved, where his career could have went. You know, now we'll never know. But whether it was over the dice game or whether it was because, which somewhere in the middle, there's truth. I do believe a dice game was involved. I do believe that there was beef that's involved that did not involve Cuervo and Offset. I do believe that Cuervo and Offset, who are not hood kids, from what I'm saying, they're from Lawrenceville, Georgia, they're suburban kids. The thug was actually Offset. Takeoff and Cuervo was the athlete, and I'm pretty sure Takeoff was the guy that made the good grades. That never got in trouble. They say he was not problematic. He was quiet to himself. Funny how the ones that are like that are the ones that get killed first. The ones that have the most to offer the world are the ones that leave this world the earliest. It's always the case. And it was crazy because when I first heard it, the version that I first heard, I was like, I already knew when it said dice game. My thought was this. Cuervo was breaking these boys off, killing them. And these street niggas couldn't handle it. Words was exchanged, maybe a push and a shove. Somebody pulled a gun. Takeoff got shot. Because technically he got shot as an innocent bystander. Now with this new information, which a lady went on the Storm Chaser, actually you can go to YouTube right now, just look up Storm Monroe. It's a 1-minute video of a female that basically did not name herself, said she was in the building. She saw exactly what happened. She said this started in Fifth Ward. It was an argument that started in Fifth Ward between Jazz Prince and another sex of gangsters, which spilled over to the bowling alley. She said Quavo and Takeoff was trying to be peacemakers. First of all, I learned a long time ago, stay out of other motherfuckers' beefs. To give you a story, I was playing basketball at the rec. Not 21 or, whole court just free play. No, this was, actual organized ball. And an argument ensued on the court between a teammate of mine and another guy who I knew, who I love to death and I miss, and a good friend, Freddie Mac, who I always talk about. Freddie Mac was probably one of the best athletes I ever saw. One of the fastest men I ever saw on the football field. This dude should have been in the NFL. He was Deion Sanders, people. And him and my teammate got in an argument. I'm trying to be the peacemaker. I end up getting punched in the fucking face by Freddie trying to get to his ass. Oh, I took a nice punch, and I was mad. And Freddie the next day, to show what kind of a man he is, he came to me at my locker and apologized. Any other asshole wouldn't apologize, would have told me, you should have stayed out of it. He said, no, I understand you were trying to break it up, Bob. I know how you are, bro. He's like, I got love for you. I apologize. I said, that's cool, man. But I said, bro, your pride is going to get you hurt one day, man. I don't want to see that because you're too good of a person. So the reason why I tell you this story, because when you're seeing two people beef, don't get your ass in the middle of it. Because it might be you that got hurt. Because understand this. He got killed. Now the motherfuckers were beefing. They walked away. And trust me, ain't nobody gonna snitch. Ain't nobody gonna snitch. So you got two eyewitnesses. You got the lady that sit here and said one thing. You got the other dude that tweeted and said the other thing. I think you put both of them together, you kind of get a picture. Quavo was not at fault. Quavo and Takeoff were trying to cool things down. He probably was doing a dice game. These guys, now, first of all, if these guys had beef with Jazz Prince, why the fuck were they in the party? But I digress. I'll get to that in a second. Probably what happened during this dice game, it still was feelings and arguments that went down. These guys come. They probably confront Jazz during the dice game. Words are exchanged. Quavo and Takeoff probably was more so on the backside. Quavo, who know Jazz Prince, and probably more in tune with them guys than that of Takeoff, was probably the one that probably was the main one trying to be the peacemaker. Which didn't work. Pushing and shoving. One of Jazz Prince boys, or maybe even Jazz Prince, speculation, pull a gun and start shooting to clear the air. Because I didn't see that happen where dude ain't trying to kill nobody. He's just trying to shoot to get motherfuckers away. But unfortunately, a wayward bullet, two of them hit Takeoff and a couple other people. Now, mind you, Houston has, at this point in time, has no suspects for what I've heard. That might change in the morning. Who knows? Because, trust me, there's cameras in the building. It's downtown Houston in a bowling alley. Ain't no fucking way there ain't no cameras. Takeoff just dropped a single called Messy. These guys just dropped the album. They were just on Drink Champs. Funny how when people dies when they're on the upswing. They say you live the most before you die. I hope that ain't the case for me. I don't want to end up becoming a millionaire to be dead 2 weeks later. That would be very disappointing. But these are the questions that I pose to people. One, where the fuck was the bodyguards? Two, where were the people that was looking after Quavo and Takeoff? Why was the fuck was y'all still at this bowling alley after 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock, soon as the shit was over with, y'all should have been gone. The reason why, because Jazz Prince run with thugs. Jazz Prince is probably a thug himself. If not, he runs with them. Think about what the lady said if you go listen to the video. Actually, I might even play it for y'all to hear. Let me see if I can pull it up. The Jazz Prince run with thugs. Jazz Prince, people was the only one with guns. You get me? Which means that the niggas that they probably were beefing with came in and was frisked down. Once again, this generation loves gunplay. They don't believe in fighting. They don't believe in throwing hands. That's why a lot of these motherfuckers can't fight. That's why they get their ass whooped. Because a lot of these motherfuckers don't know how to fight. They have no clue how to fight because they're too busy pulling guns and want to shoot each other. When I grew up, it was about throwing the hands. It was about giving the two-piece. Putting up them dick beaters. That's what it was about. It wasn't about shooting. I didn't remember hearing of a shooting until I was in college. Everything that happened with the gangs and all that was fighting. It was hand to hand. The worst you might have is a knife. Now, shit, these young motherfuckers got guns. They will shoot you before they throw hands. You could blame it on social media. You could blame it on IG. What have you. Whatever makes your boat float. But back to what I said is, why were these two men in the building? Why were these two men still in the building at 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock. I remember with Trip and us was touring after a certain time, 12 midnight at the club, after he performed, we out. If we went to a Pacific party after a certain time, we were there for a certain couple of minutes, maybe an hour or two, we out. I'm going to say this. Cuervo, Takeoff, any of you rappers, y'all rap it, y'all don't live it. You need to know the difference between... No, you need to know when to get the fuck out of Dodge. You need to know when to get the fuck out of Dodge. You need to have the senses to get the fuck out of Dodge. I can go to a club and I see the wrong element walk in, I'm out. Because I'm not about to go through that. I went to one of my homeboys' party and a dude bumped into me and said something slick. I was going to turn around and say something. I said, no, it ain't even worth it. I looked at me and my boy Angelo. Yeah, it's time to go. We don't know when to leave. Soon as them two motherfuckers start arguing, somebody should have grabbed Cuervo and Takeoff and said, let's get the fuck up out of here. Do you think Jazz Prince gave a shit about Quavo and them? No. Because if he did, he would have been like, soon as he saw them niggas rolling up, Quavo, Takeoff, y'all need to get the fuck up out of here, yo. The niggas that you run with sometimes don't give a fuck about you but so much. And then people like, well, Jazz Prince, he walked out and he seemed like he didn't give a fuck. That nigga was trying to get the fuck out of the building because he probably had some drugs on him, some weed, some coke. And one of his people shot Takeoff. He trying to get these niggas up out of here. He wasn't thinking about it. My thing of it is why was these men in the party to begin with? Why were they? Yeah, I'm about to play this. I hope y'all can hear it a little bit. You know. Why was Takeoff and them still in the damn party? Shout out to Storm Monroe.
So all these 30-second videos that they're seeing, this and that, everybody's saying, well, he didn't act the way how he acted whenever Takeoff got shot. Did they tell you he passed the fuck out? Did they tell you we had to help him to the fucking car? Did they tell you that? Like, nobody is really talking about the real that's going on. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll leave it at that. The only people who had firearms that night was the camp who protect Jazz. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you.
So y'all heard it. So like I said, we got two eyewitness accounts that kind of contradict themselves. That's why I said something has to be in the middle. Now, who do I take? Who I believe? I believe this lady. Because listen what she said. She said, I know the Prince family. Meaning that the Prince family was the one, that his people was the one that shot Takeoff. So she don't want to be a snitch. That shows you how dangerous Jay Prince family is and how gangster they are, people in Houston. An argument that started in Fifth Ward that happened to make it to the bowling alley where these guys were at. And I ask you again, why was these motherfuckers still there at 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning? Where was their people that sat there and saw when shit was about to pop off? Quavo, this ain't got nothing to do with you. You and Takeoff to get you the fuck up out of here. Where were they? Rappers gotta move better. You don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to go to every party. You don't need to go to every function. Just because you were good friends with Jazz Prince, you could have stayed there for about an hour or two and then took your ass back to the room. Y'all have a whole goddamn album to promote and a single that Takeoff is pushing. You didn't need to be in Houston at 2 o'clock in the morning. Y'all probably had to catch a flight at 6 in the morning. Now we have a rapper dead, another one dead from senseless violence. We keep talking about gun control. We keep talking about all these things. But let me tell you what it's about. It's about being fucking smart. It's about realizing that I am not the person that I proclaim to be in these raps. It's about having the perception and the vision to see it's time to fucking leave. It's time to get the fuck out of Dodge. Self-preservation is next to godliness, people. Why was he there? Why did they stay long? Soon as they saw a dice game going, where was the manager? Yo, we gotta go. Yo, man, why we gotta leave? We having fun because motherfucker, do you understand who the fuck he is? We need to go. The only thing that's open after midnight is jail, legs in the hospital. So if you're not in between some pussy, nigga, you need to be home. I guarantee you Cuervo is right now somewhere quiet saying, if we had left an hour earlier. Because I'm pretty sure Takeoff, the way they was sounding, is it said he was in the cut. Takeoff probably was ready to go home. He just didn't want to leave Cuervo. Y'all know what it is, fellas. Y'all know what it is, ladies. You got that nigga, you ready to go because you see shit about to pop off, but this motherfucker want to stay. Because they having a good time. Now, Cuervo probably sitting there thinking, we should have left an hour early. We should have left at 1 instead of 2. Cuervo probably drunk and high, thinking that because I'm a Migo, I'm a rapper, I can calm down these niggas from Fifth Ward. They don't even respect you as a gangster, so why would they listen to you, bro? Like I told you what happened to me. Lucky for me, it wasn't a gun. I just got punched in the fucking face. Imagine Freddie pulled a gun. I would have been shot. Somebody else beef you don't need to inject yourself into because that might be your last time injecting in anything. And I get sick and tired of every time a rapper die, y'all want to go with this tin hat shit about sacrifice. Let me tell you something. Trust me on this. Ain't none of these rappers that died was a sacrifice. Who gained what other than the record label? Other than the fact they took out motherfucking life insurance. And the reason why they took out life insurance, do you blame them? Because when you got these rappers rapping about all this shit and then they want to go out there and pretend that they doing this shit, think about it. Think about the motherfucker. Think about Universal. Now, you got Young Thug who's on trial, who may get life in prison. Guess what? That's money they're missing out on because that's one of their top artists. You got Gunna who's right there beside him. You had Nipsey Hussle that got shot. You had Lil Durk who got shot. You had all these rappers that getting shot because they lived the gang life. Yeah, I don't blame the record labels for putting the life insurance on them. Because if I'm sitting here spending millions of dollars to make you a star, goddamn it, I want to make sure I get my motherfucking money back. Because I can't get it back if you dead, nigga. Definitely not off no goddamn streaming. Now, what's sad? The album that they had wasn't doing numbers. Why? How I know it won't doing numbers? Because people won't talking about it. See, when they came out with Bad and Bougie, everybody was talking about it. When they came out with The Culture too, everybody was talking about it. When they came out with Straight, everyone talked about it. Nobody was talking about Takeoff's and Quavo's album. Now that shit about to go goddamn diamond. Because it's profit in people's death. Because the hurt of the fans, they're going to go listen to everything that the Migos have. Everybody saying, where's the record label? Oh, well, this is the time of the year. Summer solstice, winter solstice. This is where, the pagans do sacrifice and magic. And it ain't got nothing to do with this shit. What it got to do with is hood niggas being hood. And not hood niggas being around. What it got something to do with is motherfuckers not knowing when to exit stage left. That's what this got something to do with. And like some of you YouTubers, I can't even listen. Y'all motherfuckers did sacrifice. Cuervo was wearing red. You gotta watch out when they wear red. Motherfucker, really? So I was wearing red when my mama died. Did I sacrifice my mama for what? Did I gain anything? No. None of these motherfuckers are selling their soul to no goddamn devil. They're selling their soul for fame, as in they sell out to gain fame. They might get fucked in the ass to gain fame, but they're not selling their soul to no goddamn devil. This is not one of those cases. None of these are cases like that. King Von got killed during a fight because, once again, he wants to remain a thug, and the dude that he was fighting, he had beef with, didn't realize the other nigga had a gun. And if you're a thug, 9 out of 10, if you ain't carrying one, there's someone that does. You had dudes that got robbed. You had dudes, and the reason why they got robbed because they were on IG and motherfuckers figured out where they at. You had another rapper that just so happened to be in a girl's house, and the ex showed up and the argument went down and he got killed. None of this is sacrifice shit. I don't think the record label paid the boyfriend to show up to the girl house to shoot this nigga so they can get a goddamn life insurance. No. I don't think the record label paid one of Jay Prince's people to shoot Takeoff. Because if that was the case, why wouldn't you just shoot Cuervo too? He's right there. 2 for 1 deal. Y'all need to stop with that 10 hat shit. Not everything is 10 hat. Not everything is a fucking goddamn conspiracy. It's simple. Wrong place, wrong time. Actually, wrong place stayed too long. That made it the wrong place. It made it the wrong time. Because I guarantee you, if them fuckers left at 12 midnight, if they had left at 1:30, Takeoff still be alive. You can feel when certain people come into a building and the mood change. You can't sit and tell me Quavo didn't feel the mood change. And understand this is hood beef. This is Fifth Ward beef. Do you understand how brolic them niggas get in Houston. How thug they get. Oh, by the way, Jazz Prince is the son of one of the biggest thugs, Jay Prince. Once again, where was the manager? Where was the assistant? Where was their security? And y'all security suck. Because some of y'all security want to take a bullet for your motherfucking ass, but damn, y'all don't pay them well. That's the question that people need to ask. I ain't hear one motherfucker say that. Well, why the fuck did they stay so long? Why did they stay 2 o'clock in the morning? Why didn't they leave? I don't hear none of that. And then y'all nasty motherfuckers want to post the pictures of the nigga dead body. Y'all want to show the video. Y'all want to do this. It's mighty fucking funny. These shots rang out. And we got video of the shit. But here's the funny part. We got one 911 call. Not multiple ones. One 911 call. Not from within the building. From across the street. So y'all don't give a fuck about humanity in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Y'all more about the viral moment because y'all want to be the one that actually caught this nigga being shot so you can put on your Instagram so you can get so many likes and comments and all that and this, that, and the third. So even if there was a chance of Takeoff living, one of y'all could have probably called the ambulance or 911 that could have saved him, but no, you were too busy trying to film shit so you can sit there and say I was there. That's about as bad as when those damn crackers killed Bonnie and Clyde and displayed the body for everybody to see. When the FBI killed Dillinger and posted and put his corpse for everybody to walk past. Basically, that's the equivalent of what you dumb fuckers did. I'm not gonna go as far as he had kids, his family. No. Why won't none of y'all call 911? Oh, by the way, why ain't none of y'all pointing out the goddamn shooter? Oh, I forgot, black people, we're still stuck on that. Snitches get stitches. She know who the shooter is. She don't want to say because she's scared because they know that if it comes out of her mouth, they'll know. Jay Prince probably got his people watching everything on YouTube to see if anybody's snitching. Everybody was really filming Quavo dying, Takeoff dying, ain't no one calling the cops. Ain't nobody calling the cops saying, yo, such and such shot him. Such and such shot him. This what happened. Da-da-da. No, let me tell you what happened. Jay Prince and them, to cover their ass, said it was based off a dice game and made Quavo seem like he was the one that started all this shit. He got broken off. Guaranteed that the dude that did the eyewitness that was sounding oh so fucking hood with his description wouldn't be a surprise if Jay Prince paid him to say, yo, we can't have it that people know it was us. So look, I need you to go on Twitter, on Instagram. I need you to put out this eyewitness saying this. So practically, which is funny because Whack 100, which perfect name for his ass, Whack 100, was saying, damn, dude's dry snitch. No, he didn't snitch. He just told a narrative, which made Quavo look like an asshole. That's why everybody was blaming Quavo. Because they were saying that Quavo got mad because he was losing in a dice game. Now, granted, yes, people do get mad when they lose a dice game. They can have millions of dollars. It's an ego thing. Because you getting your ass handed to you and the dude talking shit. It does bother you. It's no different than shit and playing tunk or playing spades. You feel, because they do the digging in your ass. He's like, Trump, nigga, you can't run with me, nigga. You just slapping the cards on the table. And you feeling like shit because your team getting their ass handed to them. But that wasn't the case. This woman cleared that up. I know Quavo felt fucked up like, damn, everybody, I can't even talk about it. I can't even say it. Because then if he say something, guess what? That means I got the snitch because he knew who shot him. He knew who pulled the gun. He knew who shot Takeoff. He ain't gonna snitch. You wanna know why? because he's cool with Jazz Prince, and if he does, he got issues with Jay Prince, and he might be the next one that's murdered. They probably gonna put his ass in hiding. Because they might be afraid that he might snitch because Quavo ain't from that life. He's a good old high school all-state athlete quarterback that got injured. That's why he didn't go to college and became a rapper. So imagine if his ass went to... He might be playing the pros right now. We might be talking about him instead of Mahomes. I heard he was that good. But the point being is, it's like every picture they pick or take off, he's looking up in the air. He's looking up in the heavens. Y'all be picking some interesting pictures for these motherfuckers when they die. I swear. I'm like, damn. But nah, it's just... I mean, everyone was just breaking stuff down. I saw the picture when they were in what McCall, it was like Quavo was in the bag, Offset was in the middle, and Offset was in the front with the money. Y'all trying to find some type of tin that had conspiracy. No, it was just as simple as it was in the wrong place, man. They was in the wrong place too long. I know Quavo felt like shit because everybody wanted to blame his ass. Because the story was, which is funny, which threw him under the bus, the story was that he got mad because he was losing a dice game. This lady said basically the reason why he was over there because he was trying to calm down both parties. He was trying to be a peacemaker. Granted, did that sound like Quavo? No, but I don't know him personally. You'd be surprised. The motherfucker that caused the most beef also is probably the nicest people on the planet. You know, they say the greatest heels are the nicest people in the world. The greatest bad guy is usually the nicest motherfucker on the planet. Think about these serial killers. They nice as hell when you meet them until they're ready to kill you. But my point is this. It's like everyone threw this man on the bus and not knowing the story. Now, I get that you want to be the first to report on it. I get that they wanted to get it out. I get that. I get that everyone heard from the life insurance from record labels and stuff like that. But here's the thing. Not everything of the occult. Not everything is of the Illuminati. Some things are just of the world and the way the world is. Let me explain something to you. Until people value life itself, not your own, but others, we're going to run into this. Until people understand how to control their anger, so people understand how to control their anger when they're drunk and high off that lean, sipping on their scissor. Because trust me, alcohol, weed, cocaine, drugs was involved. I keep telling everybody the two things that get motherfucking black men killed: pussy and money. I guarantee the beef was either over some pussy or it was some money, and it spilled over there. The beef had nothing to do with the Migos. It probably had more to do with Jazz Prince. So, in other words, they got killed for Jazz Prince's beef. Because, like the lady said, y'all heard it. His people only had the gun. His people the only ones that had the gun. Which means his people was the ones doing the shooting. B fucked up. It was Jazz Prince that did the shooting. And I'm thinking they in the hood. They were downtown fucking Houston. And the cops said they have no suspect. Yeah, and you tell them no cameras in that bitch. And they said the bowling alley shut down at 1 o'clock, but these niggas was sitting there politicking. We need to know when it's time to get the fuck out of Dodge. We need to know when it's time to leave. You know how many times I left the club early because I smelt shit went down, and then the next day I hear a shooting or a fight or this, that, and the third didn't happen? Yeah, I pay attention to my surroundings. If I see the wrong element walk into a building, motherfucker, I'm out. I ain't got time. I'm too old for that shit. That's why I'm still here at 47. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die of natural causes. I'm not dying from a bullet. I've never carried a gun. I've never shot a gun unless it was a BB. And I've never been in beef. Not deadly, not anything like that. Never even need a gun. But see, what's funny is Jazz Prince people had a gun, but nobody else could carry a gun in there. Okay, then here's my other question. Why the fuck they had a gun? Where the fuck were the police officers? Every motherfucking bowling alley I go to, there's a cop in that bitch. I'm just saying. Why was Jazz Prince's people the only people that had guns? Why did they were able to bring in guns? They shouldn't have been able to bring in no guns. These are questions I ask y'all. These are questions that I bring to your mind. Why the fuck was Quavo and them still there? Why didn't no one remove them from the situation to begin with? Got them the fuck up out of there. Why they didn't realize it's time to go? Why did Quavo decide with his drunken high ass that he wants to be a peacemaker amongst thugs? Is not going to work. Cooler head's not going to prevail, especially when alcohol is involved. And why is that Jazz Prince people was the only ones able to bring a gun? Which means that one of Jazz Prince's people probably trying to clear the air from the fight and the altercation to scare motherfuckers. He didn't shoot in the air. He probably just shot. And it hit Takeoff, killing him instantly. We got to do better, people. We got to do better by our artists. We got to do better when it comes to ourselves. So I just wanted to speak on Takeoff. Because like I said, I wanted to wait a day. But once I heard this lady talk, I said, okay, it's time for me to speak. Where we at in history, where we at in this world, it's sad. Because we don't value life. We don't value each other. We don't value shit. So with that being said, life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You learn anything. Smoke this over. Rest in power, my brother, my young brother, my nephew. Takeoff. May your journey to heaven be a good one. Talk to y'all later.